Let's go. Mekhi Phifer Cruise Show.
That was a dope mix.
Yes,
I'm feeling that. I need a copy of that.
Shout out to Jeff
what's
Garcia,
up.
the sports dude, for putting that together, man.
Oh, you got me?
It could have been longer too, pause, but you know.
Man, I love that. I need that love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's an intro like you're an artist, because that's what you are. You are an artist, my guy.
I appreciate that.
You know
I
what
appreciate
I mean?
that.
In the arts,
I appreciate
man.
that.
You were
man.
once signed to Warner Brothers Records as well?
I was before I even started acting. I had a little record deal, and then like 6 to 8 months later, I got Clockers. Which was in your intro, and
legendary.
You know, so I was the lead in that, and then that kind of got me into the whole film television industry.
Wow!
And I never looked back.
Yeah, man.
So what happened with that deal? Did you buy out of it, or
no? I just it just kind of faded because I was in the studio. Yeah,
they let you go just like that.
They gave me my advance. I didn't have the motivation anymore. No, I got to when I got into the film television industry, I got to really continually work, and then my passion just kind of shifted.
Okay,
yes, sir.
And it just became this whirlwind of of acting, and producing and directing.
So somewhere, is there like an unfinished album somewhere?
Yeah, there is. I don't know. It's not mastered or anything, but and this was back in '94, so I don't think the
sounds
the lyrics and everything would go with today's sound.
You should drop it on the Throwback Thursday, dog. Let's get to it.
I gotta find it.
Right.
If I find it, I'll come back and I'll play it for you.
Do you remember the name by any chance?
It was called New York Related.
The name of the project was New York Related?
It was called New York Related, the HF Project, because me and my crew, we were called Harlem's Finest. So it was New York Related, the HF Project.
Let's go.
So it was like just an intro to the way we grew up, the way we lived in Harlem.
Yeah.
So your dream was just to be an entertainer per se, like whether it was rapping or movie.
Acting was always the
actually
one, right?
No, it wasn't. I was actually going to college for electrical engineering. When I got Clockers, I went to an open casting call with my cousin, who just on a whim, he was staying at my house at the time, and on a whim, he came into my room to get his clothes. He had his clothes. He was like living out of his bag, and I said, "Where you going?" It was like 7:30 in the morning. He said, "Yo, I'm going to that Spike Lee thing," which was an open casting call for the movie Clockers. And then I kind of sat there. It was funny because I was in the bed with my ex-girlfriend, and she was asleep, and I kind of just looked at her, and I was like, "I ain't got shit to do here." So I said, "Yo, hold on, I'm gonna go with you." And then, long story short, I'm not gonna take up all the airtime, but I wound up getting the lead in the movie.
Whoa!
And that's what got me into I'd never been on a movie set. I had never auditioned before. I'd never acted. And
I went to an open casting call with my friend, right, with a friend of mine. I was kicked out. They asked me to leave.
They said, "Yo, look, you're too unruly.
I wasn't.
You
there.
gotta go."
I didn't have it. I was there for support, and they were like, "Sir, you can wait in the car."
Right.
Meanwhile, you get the star role on a hit show or on a hit movie, and boom, you're good to go.
Yeah, and that's what basically basically set it off, man. And I wrote my college. I said, "Look, I'm getting ready to do this movie, and I'll be back next semester." Crazy. And then I just, I got an agent manager. They started calling my house, and then I just started booking stuff back to back, and all the way up until here I am with you fine folks.
Mekhi Phifer, let's go.
You fine folks.
Truth be told, Truth be told, season 3 on Apple TV Plus. Truth be told, what a series, man!
Yeah.
What a show, bro!
I appreciate
this is insane,
that.
right?
It is, man.
And is it different? Is it a lot different from stuff that you're used to, or is it just like the climate of the world? I guess that's different.
It's not so much that what I'm not used to. It's a different format than I've ever had to deal with in the sense that it's a true crime show.
Yes, sir.
Meaning that we really are dealing with issues that have affected communities inadvertently or inadvertently or whatever, and so each season is a different story line. Even though myself, Octavia Spencer, Ron Cephas Jones, we have a serial relationship, meaning that you constantly evolve with the characters and all of that. But each time you see us going into these new cases, it's always different, and we always have different co-stars each season.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fun.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So you really never know, right? And then
you never know who
the
did
chemistry's
what.
always there, right?
Chemistry's always there. We've been blessed so far. We, like I said, we're in the middle of airing season 3 now.
Yeah, man.
So first season we had Aaron Paul, my guy from Breaking Bad, and Lizzie Kaplan, who's excellent, and a bunch of other notables. And last season we had Kate Hudson. And this season we have Gabrielle Union,
yeah,
as well as many other people. But
with all these names, right, that we've never heard of, man. Are you sore from carrying the show, man? This is crazy, dog. Who are these people?
Hey, man, I get a lot of massages. No, but it is great to work with some great people, man,
Yes,
and many that I've worked with before. But then there's a lot that I haven't, but everybody just seems to come into the fold really well.
You know, you're that actor that people have loved for years, admired for years. If you're in a project, we have to see it, right? I saw on your gram somebody has your face tatted on their body.
Right, yeah, there's a couple of those.
Bro.
I know, it's crazy. That's one guy has a tattoo on his head.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a couple people that have it on their arms. You know, first of all, big shout out to those artists, because those artists are incredible. I mean, the way that they capture the likenesses and everything. But then the person, the tattooee, the person who's getting the tattoo, I got to give them a lot of love and credit, because those are the people that, you know, keep the train rolling. You know, they're fans of the work, they're fans of the artistry, and to know that you've impacted people in that way is what this is all about. You know, when you do film, television, it's there forever. It's in the ether. You know, just like if you say some crazy comments on the internet, it's there forever, and it could come back to bite you in the butt.
Yeah,
you
know
can
what
delete
them, but there's screenshots now.
Yeah, exactly. But see, somebody might still have it though, and they might still bring it up later, as we've seen in the past.
Absolutely.
But to be able to do good work like that, and to have it clearly affect someone in that fashion. It makes me feel really good, and it makes me work harder.
Yeah, no, it really does, right? Because you have to live up to that now. It's a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you have to be consistent.
Yeah,
you know, that's how people judge you, is how consistent you are.
Yeah, and I think that describes your career in many ways.
Right.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah, I've been blessed to have been doing this for 3 decades.
Yeah,
you know. Next year will be 30 years on the nose.
Wow, congratulations, man.
I appreciate that. And to have a number of projects under the belt that were, you know, essentially affecting people and entertaining people for
significant
for
roles
this long. Yeah, I appreciate that. But that's what makes me work hard as well.
Yeah.
For you,
I love it.
What do you think has been the key to longevity for you?
Well, consistency. Just, you know, Clocker set a high bar, and I had to constantly. I'd never acted before when I did Clockers, so as I got to see it and got to really delve into it and work with all of these great people, I was just a sponge, and it was my duty if I wanted to continue doing this. Because I didn't even consider. We did Clockers in the summer of '94. I didn't consider myself an actor until the premiere of Soul Food. In '97 at Westwood, and that was so crazy.
Like you finally felt like you actually belonged.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was always constantly, you know,
I got
learning, but because I got to learn on the job. So it was one of those type of things where I had hands-on training.
Yeah.
You know, I got to really learn from just watching myself and then becoming a student of the game. So right after Clockers, I became like a historian when it came to film and television, and just learning and seeing the greats work. And I think that's one of the keys that kept me going and always wanting to improve.
Yeah, man. Yo, Mekhi Phifer, Truth Be Told, season 3 on Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Worth a watch, man. I mean, this show is like there's ups and there's downs, and you know, there's comedy in it as well. You find comedy in it as well, and there's a lot of scary moments as well.
Yeah.
In the show.
Yeah.
You know, for those, you know, if there's someone who hasn't caught up to season 3 yet, right, or even onto the show,
right?
What's a focal point for you as far as like, yo, you got to watch this show because.
Well, for various reasons, I'll get into season 3 in particular. One, we're dealing with something that's really plaguing our society and our communities. Which we're dealing with the whole sex trafficking situation. And as we know, even in recent headlines, I mean,
that's happening right now as we speak.
Had, you know, your Epsteins, but all the way to rappers, you know, that have been caught up in that whole sex trafficking, you know.
Sure.
R. Kelly. I mean, it goes on and on and on, you know, and just sexual harassment. Harvey Weinstein, you know, he just got 39 years or something, you know. R. Kelly just got sentenced to a full solid 20. So it's right under our noses, and what we're tackling is not only the structure of a family that you would deem as a quintessential healthy family. It could still happen right under, even though there's the mother, the father that's in the household, and you raise them with certain morals and things like that. And what we address is the grooming of these young girls and young people in general that takes place right under our noses. Yep. And especially with the kids with the tablets and the phones and all of the access to worldly information. It can easily slip through the fingers of not only great teachers and faculty members, but parents who are very present in their kids' lives. And that's what we tackle. And then also, the lack thereof when it comes to brown and black women. In 2022, there were over 70,000 brown and black women that just disappeared. Wow. with no media coverage. So, and that's what we tackle on our show. You have this one girl who comes from a prominent family who happens to be Caucasian, and then now they saw sirens blaring, all points bulletins, APBs for everything, for this one girl, but then there's tens of thousands of brown and black that did no media coverage, no recognition from law enforcement. And so those are the things that we're tackling this season.
Yeah, man, that's important. Yeah. It's important stuff, man. You're doing great work because it's entertainment. It's also very informational.
Right. And it's information without preaching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
in a very entertaining way. But we should all pay attention because, man, I think you guys have captured the essence of that crime. You feel me?
And it's just one of those whodunit type of things too. So
yes,
you don't,
sir. Yeah,
you don't know who. I challenge the audience to guess who's behind all of this. Yeah. Things will be revealed.
Right. Truth be told, season 3 on Apple TV Plus. So is Apple sending you just like iPads and phones all day?
Yeah, I wish.
Right? Headphones.
They do send me money, so that's right. I can buy my own stuff.
Yeah, they're hoping you spend it in their stores.
Exactly. I'm not waiting on any lines though. But they take care of us really well. They give me
a MacBook would be nice though.
MacBook was nice. I'm still waiting on my MacBook, but
that'd be nice.
They did give me a phones and things like that.
Okay, cool.
So that's cool.
You ever sell them?
No. I keep them.
You don't flip them?
I keep them. I don't flip them.
Just so you don't forget.
I got a brother that'd be like, I can flip those for you.
I can flip those for you. Make you at least a couple $100.
Oh my God.
50 hot, Tony.
It'd be family though, right? Family always has an angle.
They always have the family and your barber. Your barber will always. I don't care who you. I don't care whose barber it is. Your barber has the hookup. Period.
All day.
Whatever you need.
All day. My barber has season 4 of Truth Be Told.
And we haven't shot it yet.
He'll shoot the link over right now. It's too easy. He's got the storyboards for real. Truth Be Told season 3 on Apple TV. What's up, Leche?
Yo, so 8 Mile. Is there any untold stories that we've never heard during the set?
I'm sure there was. I mean, you got to figure we were. I'm sure there's untold stories. I know there are. You have to figure that when we did 8 Mile, that was back in 2001.
Yeah.
And when we shot it, it was released in 2002. But when we shot it, you had to figure we were all young single men.
Yeah.
Eminem was the height of
his career.
Yes, sir. We were shooting in Detroit, his hometown. And I mean, he was like the most, I think he was like the biggest rapper at the time, period.
Yeah.
Bar none. And we had fun. We have fun in Detroit. I tell you that. Listen, I'm not gonna go into detail, but I don't need to. Okay. But the thing is, we had a great time. The camaraderie was real. When Eminem, I'll give you a quick story. I initially turned down 8 Mile.
What?
Okay. Yeah, because they told me, my agents and managers called me and said, look, Curtis Hanson's directing this movie 8 Mile. I said, I love Curtis Hanson. He'd done LA Confidential, Wonder Boys. I said, oh man, excellent director. And they said, yeah, it's a movie with Eminem. I said, "Oh man, come on! Now they playing games." Because look, and I loved his music, but I didn't think that the craft. I never seen him act before. I think all I saw was The Wash. You know, where he had a quick cameo,
right.
And that doesn't just say nothing about anything. So, and I was due to start ER. So I was supposed to start ER in September of 2001 when 9/11 happened and all of that kind of stuff. So I was due to start that, and I was looking forward to playing a doctor. So they wouldn't release the script. It was hush-hush. So my agents convinced me, please just go to Curtis's office and read the script. I had to read the script in the office. Read the script, loved it. I was like, wow, this is actually really freaking good. So then they flew me to Detroit. I hung out with Eminem for a few days, and then we just hit it off like gangbusters. I mean, we were like peas in a pod.
Well, I'm sure he was a fan when he met you. I'm sure he was a fan.
Yeah, and I didn't know that, you know, and I was a fan of his too.
Wow.
So then once I saw how serious he was about, you know, really putting together something really nice, and our camaraderie, because, you know, I'm basically loosely playing Proof. That's why I had those crazy dreads, because Proof,
rest in peace,
back in '95, yes, rest in peace, my brother. Back in '95, Proof, when he was hosting those battles, he had dreads.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we wanted to try to stay as close as we could. And then the crazy thing is, okay, so they offered me the role. ER said, look, do the movie. You come and join our cast when you finish the movie, which I did. And so I went down and we had a month of rehearsal. So to get Eminem all dialed in. So by the time we started shooting, I knew the whole script. There was nothing really to study.
Yeah, you were good to go.
And so it was party time.
Yeah, right.
And we were in our 20s, forget it. I mean, it was going down.
I got laid because of 8 Mile.
Oh, you did? I'm glad I could help.
Just check it out. So I'm going to get into detail. So I was like,
tell us about your 8 Mile experience.
Tell us about
How was it on set?
Like 16. I was in high school. And so girl was like, I'm home alone. You want to come over and watch a movie? Yeah, I'm down. So we watched the movie. We picked 8 Mile. The first sex scene pops up. We just kind of look at each other like,
right.
By the second one,
it was on the crack.
It was on the crack.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be of service. Look, I help out everyone as much as I can.
I should get your face tatted tomorrow.
I'll get the tattoo artist for you. Don't worry.
Now you got to do it, Lechero. You feel me?
Right.
You're like, yo, who's that? Mekhi Phifer, man. He helped me get
He helped me out, man.
I lost my virginity.
He helped me out in a major way, man, for real. When people see you in the street, Mekhi, what do they yell?
It just depends, man. I mean, it depends on where I am, but you know, I didn't realize how big of an international presence I was until I started going to the UK a lot in different places. And it just depends. I mean, Paid in Full is one of them. You know, 8 Mile. I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, ER, you know, Soulful. It just depends. This Christmas, I mean, it just... Clockers, you know, and everything in between. It just depends on what people have seen at the time. I remember watching Larry King one time, and they had Joe Pesci on Larry King, and Joe Pesci has done everything from the Goodfellas, the Casinos, where you like, oh, this crazy mother. And then, you know, he's done funny things with Rodney Dangerfield or Lethal Weapon, where he's going, okay. You know, so he's like, you know,
legend.
So so Larry King was like, you know, Joe, man, like, how do people, you know, you played some crazy roles where, he said, how do people respond to you? He says, it depends on what they've seen last. If they see seen Lethal Weapon last, then they come at me a little more jovial. If the last thing they saw was Goodfellas, they'll maybe be a little standover.
What, like, fucking clown?
Don't man, amuse you. So, you know, it really just depends. But, you know, what I love about it is that the body of work, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And the body of work, I think, gives people the ways of approaching with respect. So that's I mainly am met with respect.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's what it should be.
Yeah. At this height of your life and career, what do you think your purpose is?
To get you laid.
Well, right. To make sure you're laid. First and foremost, make sure you get some, okay? I'm on it. I got a couple calls to make once we finish this interview.
Mekhi, I'm sure you've helped a lot of your boys get laid. I know this.
You know what's so funny? When I first got into business, my boys, one of my boys in particular, my boy Mike, my man Big Mike, he used to be like, yo, Kai, I call this the trickle down theory.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Whatever
sir.
you don't get, they trickle down to me.
No.
That was funny. That's funny. But my purpose, I mean, really is to look. As far as I know, we have one life to live. To be as impactful as possible in a positive way, to be a positive asset to not just myself, my family, my community, to feed my family and provide guidance as a man should, and be upstanding in my approach. Not to be. I don't want to be known as a liar or a cheat or a thief. I think those are personality traits becoming of someone who's immature and not an asset to any situation. I like collaboration. I like being collaborative, whether it's on set or any business venture that I get into. So those are really important things for me, being a stand-up individual that people can count on.
What's a conversation between you and Octavia Spencer like?
Oh, it's great, man. Yeah. Me and Octavia, we talk on the phone all the time.
Right?
She's got bars. She spits. Yo. She spits. I drop beatbox for her. She spits.
She got acting bars though, right?
Cardi B, who? I mean, what are you talking about? She got that WAP.
Yeah.
But but Octavia is my sister.
That's right. That's right.
This is our third project working together. You know what I mean? And
she's a friend.
She's a friend. We did our first time working together. We did a film called Fly Paper, and with Patrick Dempsey and Ashley Judd about these bank robbers these two sets of bank robbers that try to rob the same bank at the same time. That's where we met, and then we did the Divergent series together. And then she called me for Truth Be Told when she had signed on as executive producer and our lead. And she said, Mekhi, I really want you to be a part of this thing, and I think we're doing something special over here. It's Apple's. She
called you personally?
Yeah, she called me personally. And then it's funny because she called me personally. I said, yeah, that sounds dope. She sent me the pilot and everything. And it's funny, just like typical agents and managers, they called me a couple of days later saying, okay, Mekhi, we have something for you. And I said, what is it, Truth Be Told? They're like, oh, yeah. I said, I know, because Octavia called me.
That's right.
Y'all didn't do shit, but you're still going to get your 10%.
Oh, my God.
I'll write it off. You make money for nothing.
Sleazy
But no, I love Octavia. She's a great energy on the set. Octavia, people don't know this, but she started her career out as a PA. She was just a production assistant, a lowly production assistant, running around taking coffee orders.
Getting
this and
coffee,
that.
Yeah.
Now she's a multi-Oscar award winner, and so she really understands and appreciates the crew. So she always made sure that there was raffles every Friday, that there was food trucks all the time. That
making people feel appreciated.
Making people feel appreciated. All departments. From the grips to electrics to hair and makeup to everybody else.
Yeah, iHeart just started giving us like chips and sodas,
right? So
yogurt.
That's called incentive. We're very excited. I want to keep you here.
Right. I feel appreciated. They just added cereal, by the way.
Right.
I just noticed that.
The cereal, no milk, but the milk is coming next week.
The milk is coming, right? We got to build an audience.
Right.
We want more milk. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, they're keeping us with yogurt. We're easy. We're easy people, man. Mekhi Phifer, Truth Be Told, season 3 on Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus. Make sure you watch Truth Be Told. It's crazy. Mekhi, salute my brother.
Oh man,
you
cats, man.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on everything here. You guys are awesome, and I'm glad to be here.
Yo, can I show you this text real quick? What does it say?
Which one? At the bottom?
Read it.
The whole thing.
Please read it.
This one.
Okay.
Did you dig up an old text?
What movie did we watch the time when I went over? 8 Mile. Thank you, Mekhi Phifer. He's in the movie. OMFG. I did.
True story.
Tell her I said she can thank me too. Tell her I said you're welcome as well. I'm blessing everybody. I bless you. You get laid. You get laid. You get laid. Everybody gets laid.
Mekhi Phifer, Truth Be Told, season 3, Apple TV Plus. Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yo, check out more of our YouTube interviews now. ASAP Plus. Download the free iHeartRadio app so you can check out the Cruz Show podcast.